Now I want to talk about filters and effects. That's why I already uploaded a picture here, because it's only possible to use filters and effects for images and uploads. So an upload would be this in my upload folder, and a photo would be in the photo section, for example like this, like a real camera picture. You can't use it on, for example, this here, like lines and shapes. This is not possible, and you obviously can't use filters on charts, tables, or even music. That's not possible. But let's go through them with this uploaded picture. First of all, I click on Edit Image. So you see I have different settings in my option bar compared to, for example, the text. I click on Edit Image, and at first I have the Adjust bar, so the Adjust section. Here I can click on See All to use some settings here. These are the filters. You also have a filter code underneath the settings, which you can copy and give it to someone who wants to have the same Canva settings. You will see that this filter code will change when we do some changes here. Okay, let's start with the brightness. The brightness obviously makes it a bit darker or brighter, depending on the number I type in or the way I use this circle. So for example, I want it a bit darker. I type in -5, press enter, and then I have my picture a bit darker. I can also use some contrast, which is here, with plus and minus. So make it a bit more gray with less colors, or a bit more colorful by typing in, for example, 50. It would be really colorful. Yeah, but we can't see the background there, so I will choose like 10 to have it a bit more colorful, a bit more contrast. Also the saturation, which is basically the same. Minus means it's getting really black and white, really gray, and plus means the colors are getting really, really bright. Okay, let's use 15 here. Then I have the tint to kind of play a bit with the picture. Use red, yellow, and have like a filter effect of the color as an overlay. I can use blur, which means that less blur, it makes it a bit more sharper, and more blur, get it a bit more smudged. X process, I never used this before, I have to say, but yeah, it's also a filter here. We can have this little shadow on the edges. We can make it even colder or use the warmth. We have some clarity to make it sharper. We have some vibrance. We have some highlights to get some highlights, so the front of the picture will get even more attention. We can weaken the shadows or strengthen it. And we have this fade. And I can play with these settings to get my perfect picture. As I said, you can also copy this filter code to give it to someone who wants the exact same settings. Okay. We also have the filters here. So see all, we have epic filter, solar, the blues, so made up template filters. Why template? Because I can click on the setting symbol in the middle of it, so click and a second click, and then I can decide the intensity of it. If I don't want this filter, I can click on none up there. We have photogenic, smart mockups, shadows, so really a lot of effects and filters. Photogenic, for example, is like fresco, flint, so even there are different filters for different events. Natural, cool, vivid, soft, vintage, yeah, also some color pop, looks pretty nice. We have smart mockups, which are a bit more interesting. Let's say it like that. I can click on see all, and for example, I have this picture and I want to make some promo for it because it's my book cover. Then I can use some of the smart mockups here, for example, book 1, click on it, and my design will get imported into this free spot. We also have here some shirts like clothing, but also mugs, and as I said, some posters, some frames. For example, this, I can use my picture in the office or in my room. We have some business cards I can print on, which looks pretty cool, also with some guy in the background, and I can use all of them. Laptop, iPhone, some really cool mockups I can use for free. I also have some shadows, glow, drop, angle, curved, and some like that. I really like drop. I click on it and it gets automatically used on. I click again on it to kind of decide from which direction the shadow comes, or the intensity of the blur, the transparency, the angle, or the color. Okay. Glow, for example, would be all of it. Angle would be just up here and up there. Curved, which is just at the bottom. Page lift, backdrop, so pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, we also have some other effects, which are down here. These effects are a bit, interesting, let's say it like that, because you have to click on, I want to use it. Even if they are created by Canva, you have to click it, I guess, because they don't want that everything is filled with effects up here. So I use, for example, Duotone, click on it, then you see created by Canva, you see some information, but now you have to click on use to use it. And then Canva connects to this filter, to this like Duotone filter, and then you can use one of them. We also have paint effects, for example. Click on use again. This one is even created by Apps Lab, so an extra application which Canva just integrated, imported for you, so you can use it. For example, this, which makes the picture a bit like a painting, but it takes some time to, have it there. We can have the intensity of it, low, medium, and high, which is also a pretty cool thing. And we have some of them up here. Okay. Then there's Bad TV, which is also pretty cool. Some retro filters, fuzz, warp, VHS, slice, which is my favorite. So the picture is a bit sliced up, which is pretty cool. Or some blur. I can decide the blur, so click on it and use the circle to decide which area should be blurred, or simply click on auto and the intensity to use it. We have different frames, for example, mock-up frames like the iPhone, or some Polaroid black, some Polaroid templates, some circles up here, so pretty cool things, also for free. And we have some of them in the beta, for example, the auto enhance. By using that, this feature automatically tries to update my picture, which is, quite nice. Okay. And now I have my perfect picture with all the effects down here. The ones that I used are here, but also the adjustments I made here. Okay, perfect. That's the way to use effects and filters.